Last week, I created a video that kind of took off, got a lot of views, and thank you for the views and the comments. I appreciate it. This week's video is JPEG better? And no, it's not. And yes, it is. It depends on your use case. If I need to do any deep editing or I want to do some deep cropping, I'll probably stick with RAW. If I need to print quickly, like on site, like I did a couple of weeks ago with a volunteer session with photos with Santa with the local animal shelter, I printed in JPEGs. I never took RAW photos because I wasn't going to do any editing. They had their photo taken, I printed it, and they went away. There are times when you need RAW and there are times you need JPEG. Now, there are different sizes of JPEGs, and depending on what you're doing, you might want to go with a smaller size. But for the most part, stick with the largest size. You can usually print those and not have any loss of quality. But the trick is in JPEG, you need to be a little bit more prudent about having your settings correct in camera, your white balance, your exposure, and whatnot, because you cannot recover as much as you can on JPEG as you can in a RAW. So the decision is yours, whether you do JPEG or RAW. Both are good. It just depends on the situation. So let's take a look at the back of my camera and you can see what it looks like when you're choosing different settings. Right now we're looking at my camera with the option of the image quality. We're going to bounce down and you can see that I'm going to choose my one card that has JPEG selected, and you can see there are various sizes. The sizes start at large, and after you got the large file size, you can go down to the smaller large, then mediums, and then you got a smaller version of medium. The difference between all these different settings is we're getting smaller in size or we're getting smaller in compression ratios. Either way, you're getting less and less quality. For the most part, you can print when you're on the large and the medium size format. The smaller ones are so rare instances where you probably don't need to use very often, maybe for a social media post that will never be printed. But that's about it. It's up to you which size you choose. I hope you learned something here. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I appreciate it. I'll put a video up here from last week that I talked about almost never JPEG. And yeah, I'm Doug Gabbard practicing photography, getting better one photo at a time. See you next time.